Aquatics gonna teach you how to swim, saving lives one person at a time. Breath control, relaxation, body position, it's what you need to swim and swim well. BBA, BBA, Bobby Broom Aquatics. BBA, BBA, Bobby Broom Aquatics. BBA, BBA, Bobby Broom Aquatics.
Hello, I'm Bobby Broom of Bobby Broom Aquatics. This video, Learn to Swim in 8 Lessons or Less, is a series of 8 lesson plans put to video, designed to teach beginners to swim. The lessons are direct and to the point, and presented in specific step-by-step progressions. It directly corresponds with the book of the same title. Watch this video and practice the skills. Follow along with the book for even more details and tips about the skills and how an instructor can teach the skills. Whether you are a learner or a teacher, watching this video, reading the book, or a combination of the two is helpful in learning from both perspectives. Now, I can't guarantee that every single person can learn in 8 lessons or less, because people enter the learn to swim process with different levels of fear, but most people can. Follow the progressions the way they are presented. Listen carefully to the instructor's verbiage and pay attention to the details. It's a simple formula. Number 1, focus on the small details that make a big difference. Breath control, body position, and relaxation. Every skill and every swimming stroke requires proficiency in all 3 factors. If a person has trouble performing a skill, more than likely he or she is not comfortable with one or more of the 3 named factors. 2, establish a routine by first practicing old skills, introducing new skills, and then playing a game. 3, safety should be discussed and practiced throughout all lessons. This video is designed for people to learn and teach someone about 4 years old and older to adults to swim in about 8 30 to 45-minute lessons. The level of proficiency that can be achieved is subjective. The intent is for beginners to learn breath control, the ability to relax, and propulsion of the body a reasonable distance. The goal is to make swimming and learning to swim easy and pleasant. Learners also develop good swimming and water safety habits. Some learners will achieve this minimum standard, while others will exceed expectations. Learners who catch on faster will continue to learn the skills in the last 4 lessons, become stronger swimmers, and swim comfortably in deep water. Fearful or less coordinated beginners can work on the skills within the first 4 lessons throughout the 8-lesson program. There are enough skills within the first 4 lessons to work on and learn to swim with reasonable proficiency in shallow water. The teaching method used in this video is to explain the skills first, demonstrate them, and then let the learner practice. You will also see examples of how the instructor helps the learner by providing support, assistance, and muscle memory by moving her body correctly when necessary. Safety should always be the primary thought when participating in any aquatic activity. It is recommended that you swim and practice these lessons where lifeguard supervision is present. Now let's get started. Proceed to lesson 1. In Lesson 1, learners adjust to the water and the environment, learn good swimming habits and water safety habits. Learners practice breath control skills and learn the importance of the relationship between breath control and relaxing. It is important to focus on breath control first because it is more difficult to swim without the face in the water, although still possible. It is difficult for swimmers to relax if they are not comfortable with the face in the water, even when swimming on the back. Water splashes in the face, and oftentimes the face goes underwater when recovering to a vertical position. Learners also practice gliding and kicking in the prone position, that's horizontal on the front. When swimming in the prone position, the face should be in the water and positioned down toward the bottom. The head should be in the water so the water line covers the ears. Holding still with the face down, that's the front float, is typically not easy for very apprehensive learners and many preschool age learners. Learners who are comfortable and calm in the water may practice the front float introduced in Lesson 3 before the front glide, which is introduced in Lesson 1. Even people who can swim benefit from practicing the skills in Lesson 1 because the most basic good swimming and water safety skills and habits start at the beginning. Mastering basic swimming and water safety skills and committing them to habit are important to swimming well.
Easy does it, easy does it. Slow, everything's slow. Hey, Bobby. Okay, this is our facility here. And the door we just came in, that's the entrance and the exit. The other two doors you see are only for emergency, so please don't use this. Okay, this one will go to the bathroom. So if you need to use the bathroom, it's down that way. And I just want to point out a couple things with the pool so you're familiar with it. You always want to do this with a pool before you ever get in. You always want to check out your surroundings. So this is the stairs. Please use the railings when we're going in. Okay, it'll keep you from having an accidental slip or anything. And how tall are you, Bobby?
5'1".
All right, well, look down here. I just want to point out here, we have depth markers, okay? And that one's 3 feet. That tells you how deep the water is right at this area, okay? And 4 feet. And then there's 5 feet, okay? So you wouldn't really want to go too much further past the 4 feet probably. All right, and then just this line in the middle of the pool, that marks between the shallow end and the deep end. All right, and the deep end is something that you're going to want to stay away from until we get the lessons down pat. And I just also want to point out, in most pools, you'll see where you can dive and where you can't dive. And in this pool, it's telling you no diving here because it's the shallow end. All right, so we don't want to hit your head on the bottom of the pool by diving. All right, once we start to learn how to do that. So when you come to a facility, just check out those things, that the pool rules, okay, and get a sense of how deep the pool is and where you'll be safest for swimming for that day. All right, Bobby, you look like you're ready. Let's keep going. I just want to, before we get in the water and do anything, I want to go over some of the rules of the facility. All right. First off, never swim alone. All right. I know you're excited to be here. You already got your shower. You think you did the pool because it says right there, shower before entering the pool. So you think you're ready to go. But no matter how strong a swimmer you are, you never want to swim alone. You always want to swim with someone. And in this case, look around and see if there's a lifeguard. We want to swim in supervised areas. And at this pool, we're fortunate. We do have a lifeguard. And in your case, you're a child. So the other thing you want to do is make sure that you've asked permission from your parents before entering the water. Pool decks are very slippery, so we never want to be running when we're on the pool deck. Always walking, always, always, always walking. When we're in the water, it's fun. It can be a lot of fun to be in the water and playing, but you got to watch the rough housing and the dunking because it can hurt yourself or it can hurt somebody around you. All right, we don't want to play on the pool ladders, which I pointed out to you earlier. Those are areas that can have problems. You can get stuck in them, or you can keep other people who need to get to the pool ladder from getting up and down the pool ladder. So pool ladders are only for going up and down. The other thing you want to do is use some common sense. Look around the pool deck. If there's anything that could be dangerous to you, maybe an electrical cord, that would be something you'd want to stay away from, or maybe this is not a pool you want to swim at. All right, so look for anything that might be hazardous. We want to make sure that we're not eating in the water or chewing gum while we're swimming. Chewing gum can cause us to choke, and I know you're not old enough for this yet, but we don't want to drink any alcohol. But if you're with an adult who has been drinking alcohol, please don't let them swim. You know, maybe that's an activity for another day, okay, even if you really want to do it. If they're going to get in the water with you, then that could be very difficult. All right, do you have any more questions?
Yes. What if it's raining or thunder or lightning?
That's a really, really good question. And it's good that you asked that, especially since we're in an indoor facility and maybe we might not think about that. Thunder, it's first sound is thunder. You get out of the pool, okay? Even if somebody doesn't tell you to get out of the pool, get out of the pool, all right? And lightning, same thing, get out of the pool. Now rain is not such a big problem unless the bottom of the pool gets cloudy. At the bottom of the pool, if you can't see the bottom of the pool, even if it's not raining and you can't see the bottom of the pool, you don't want to go in that water. Okay, that would be dangerous water because nobody can see you in the pool. All right, any other questions?
No.
Okay, one other thought comes to mind. If a lifeguard asks you to get out of the water, you really do need to listen to him. A lot of times he'll blow several whistles, like toot, 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 toot. Okay, and that could be because he's on a rescue. And in that case, you want to get out of the pool so that he can make his rescue and not get in his way. Or it could just be because of lightning and thunder, like you asked, okay? And so that it's important to know. A lot of times they'll also have a long whistle that'll say clear the pool, okay? So if you hear whistles, heads up and listen to your lifeguard. Any other questions? That was a really good one. I think we're ready to get in.
Yes, we will.
All right. All right, Bobby. Well, we're not going to get in the water yet. We're just going to practice playing with you from right here. Okay, so we're going to put our legs out straight. All right, legs together close. Point your toes a little bit. All right, we're going to practice going up and down with our kicking feet. All right, this is called the flutter kick. We want nice floppy ankles. And we're going to keep our feet underwater. No more than your big toes out of the water. Can you make a big splash? How about a little one? One more time. Big one. All right. Floppy feet, floppy feet. Good job. Okay, Bobby, but we're still not getting in the water yet. We're going to practice some breathing on land first before we head into the water. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is just take a really deep breath in and hold it. And we're going to exhale slowly. And I just want you to really think about being relaxed when we do this. Okay, but I want to hear your air for a minute. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Breathe in. Hold it. And exhale slowly. Good job. All right, so this time we're going to go ahead and breathe in through our mouth again. Okay, we're always breathing in through our mouth. This time we're going to exhale through our nose instead of our mouth. Okay, you ready? Breathe in. And breathe out. Good job, I can hear that. I tell you, we're relaxed on that one. All right, one more time, we're going to breathe in through our mouth. This time we're going to exhale through our mouth and our nose. Okay, you ready? Breathe in. Good job. I like how well you were relaxed. Listen very well. All right, you did such a great job. We're ready to get in the pool. And this is how we do it from the side of the pool. You take one hand and you put it across your body. And all you're going to do is turn your body around, come down into the pool. Can you do that? Good job. Very good. I want you to stay hold on. Now, if we're going to get out of the pool, go ahead and put one elbow up, other elbow up, put your belly button on the side of the pool. Good. One knee up. Go ahead and lift yourself up. And sit down. Perfect. Yes. Okay, Bobby, so we're going to go ahead and get in the water using the stairs. Remember I told you about the handrails? Do you want to use the handrails when you go down? When we're on stairs, we go down forward. If you're on a ladder, you go down backwards. So just hold on, take it one step at a time. You might want to make sure you have both feet on the step when you go down again. It's not the stairs you're used to. There you go. Perfect. Think you can do that on your own? I've got it. Very good. Good job. Okay, so now that you're wet and you've had a chance to walk around in the pool a little bit, we're going to go ahead and practice holding on to the side, bouncing. All right, you're going to go ahead and come down to your shoulders and then bounce a little bit. Just a little bit up and down. Good job. Good job. This is called crab walking. Okay, so we're going to practice our bubble blowing in the water now, all right? And what we want to do is breathe in through the mouth, okay? And we're going to stick a body part in, like the chin. We're going to hold it there for 3 seconds, and then we're going to blow bubbles out. Okay, so deep breath. All right, next one we're going to go ahead and try our chin and our lower lip. try. Deep breath. Now blow out slowly. Oh, that was a good long blow. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and take a deep breath with the tip of our nose and with our mouth. Okay, ready? Deep breath in through the mouth. Tip of the nose. 1, 2, 3. Exhale slowly. Good job. And deep breath when you come up. Now we're gonna go for the whole nose. All right, deep breath in through the mouth. Ready? Whole nose on. 1, 2, 3, and bubbles. Wow. Good job. You got a little water in the eyes. I think you're ready for the eyes. What do you think? Yeah, you look good. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, and breathe in. Whole face in. There you go. Bubbles. 1, 2, 3. Breathe them out. Exhale. Good job. And those are great. I call them eye bubbles. But we don't really get eyeball bubbles, do we? Okay. How about the whole face? Can you do that? Okay, you ready? Deep breath. And hold it. Put the whole face in. And exhale slowly. Blow the bubbles. Blow the bubbles. Blow the bubbles. Good job. All right. How do you feel about going underwater? Think you can do that one? Yeah. All right. You ready? Whole head under. Okay. So deep breath. In through your mouth. Hold it all the way under. Blow the bubbles. Good job. Terrific. Okay, Bobby, so now that you've got breathing down, we're gonna go ahead and add it with bobbing. So you put your arms out to the side, and I'm gonna hold you right now. They're a little bit forward, okay, so I can help you out. Okay. You're gonna take a deep breath through your mouth, just like you did before. You're gonna go underwater and stay there. And then just before you think you need to come up to get a breath of air, I want you to blow bubbles. So you blow bubbles out, and then you come up and breathe again. You ready? Just gonna give it a try. Take a deep breath through your mouth, and under. Okay, that's fine. Now blow bubbles. Oh, you know how to blow the bubbles. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, you're gonna take a deep breath, remember? Now if you just wanna do your mouth first before we get warmed up, that's fine, okay? So let's go ahead. You're gonna take a deep breath in your mouth. Go under to where you're comfortable, bubbles. Come up and breathe. And go under again. Bubbles. Breathe. Bubbles. Breathe. Go under. Hold. Bubbles. Breathe. And now we're gonna go under. Remember when you put your whole head under before? Okay, that's what we're gonna do this time. Okay, you ready? Take a deep breath through your mouth. Under. Did you blow bubbles before you came up? Okay, make sure you do that every single time, okay? Ready? Deep breath. Under. Bubbles. Breathe. Under. Blow the bubbles. Breathe. Under. Blow the bubbles. Breathe. Under. Blow the bubbles. Breathe. Very good. Think you can do that with yourself without me holding you? What I really like is that you're breathing bubbles out on your way up so that you're ready to breathe when you come up to the surface where the air is, okay? You never want to blow bubbles out on your way down. You always want to do it on your way up. Ready? Let's try it. So deep breath, under, bubbles, breathe, under, bubbles, breathe, good, under, hold it, bubbles, breathe, under, hold it, bubbles, breathe, very good. Oh, you just want to keep going now. That was terrific. Okay, Bobby, so now it's time to have a little bit of fun. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing we've been doing. You're gonna breathe in through your mouth, and you're gonna hold your face. If you can put your whole face in. If you can't, just put your bubbles in, okay? So let's just try with your bubbles first, just your mouth and maybe the tip of your nose, okay? So take a deep breath and hold it and look for a toy and pick it up. There you go, good. All right, who's that? It's a lobster guy. Mr. Crab. Oh, crab, okay. You ready to try maybe with your eyes in this time? Take a deep breath through your mouth and hold it. Reach. Are you keeping your that. Did you know that? Let's go ahead and try that with your eyes open underwater. Ready? Deep breath in your mouth. Look for the toy. Look, look, look. Oh, you're not allowed to wipe your face. No, wipe in the face. You don't need to do that. Okay, ready? Which one are you going for this time?
One up here.
One up there. Okay, try to use your eyes underwater when you do it. Ready? Deep breath in your mouth. Face in the water. Reach with your hand. Good job. I like those bubbles as you were coming up. That was great. All right. Okay, so now we're going to add the flutter kick into our breathing. You're perfect. You have your hands on the black line. Arms are straight. When we add our face in with our flutter kick, you're going to take a deep breath through your mouth. You're going to hold your face under, okay, where the water's by your ears, all right, where your ears are underwater for about 3 seconds, and then blow your bubbles. As soon as your bubbles are done, come back up, take a breath of air, and put your face back down and hold it again for 3 seconds, okay? All right, I'm holding you right now, but when you put your face in the water, you're going to see that helps you float better. Okay, so every now and then I might let go of you a little bit. Okay, you ready? Start kicking. And a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, bubbles. Breathe, head back down. Breathe, head back down. 1, 2, 3, bubbles. All right, head back down. Bubbles, breathe, head back down. Bubbles, breathe. Head back down. Wonderful with your flutter kick on stairs. So now we're going to go ahead and swim with it across the way. But I'm going to hold you. So you're going to put your arms right on mine. There you go. Alright. You're going to start your flutter kick. And then make sure you put your face in that you get your ears underwater. Okay. And when we go to breathe, you want to make sure you blow bubbles first. And then breathe. Head back down. Put your face in the water. Hold it for 3 seconds. And then blow bubbles again. Alright, ready? Start your flutter kick. Face in the water. Good. Bubbles. Breathe. Head back down. Bubbles. Breathe. Head back down. Bubbles. Breathe. Head back down. You're here. Okay, Bobby, so now we're going to learn to do a front glide. We're going to put our arms up over our ears. Can you do that with me right now? Really tight. You want it to be really tight, not here, but over your ears. Just like, there you go. And you want your body nice and tight, your legs together. That's called streamline position, okay? And we always work for that when we're swimming, all right? All right, so now what we're gonna do is turn your face this way. Streamline position. Now first you're gonna watch me. Right? So I squat down a little bit. I take a deep breath. Don't do this, okay? You're watching me first, okay? When you want to stand up, pull your knees up by your chest. You ready? Take a deep breath. Face in the water. Squat down. And go. Bubbles. Blow the bubbles. Pull your knees up. Good job. Okay, so now we're going to do streamline position with our glide from the wall. Okay, so we put one hand on the wall. Put our feet up on the wall, one hand out, you see how close you are? And you want your arm out straight, one that's out here. Okay, we're really close to the water, which is very nice. We're gonna take a deep breath, and then we're gonna put our arms right into that streamlined position where we had them up over our head, okay, and push off the wall. So it looks like this. Ready? I sink down a little bit when I do this. Ready to give it a try? Now you'll go further on this one than you did with the other one. Ready? Deep breath. Bubble. And feet up. Good job. Nice job, Bobby. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add a flutter kick to our front glide. And And remember that streamline position we did off the wall with the front leg? That's going to be our starting position from now on. Okay? So, go ahead and put one hand up on the wall. Alright, put your feet up on the wall. Good. Put your arms straight out. Take a deep breath through your mouth. And the face is going to go in the water and you can start your kick. And we're going to keep going, alright? I'm going to be holding on to you, so you'll blow bubbles. Then you'll lift your head up to breathe. Put your head back down. And blow bubbles. And you're going to keep your flutter kick going. Okay, you ready to try it? Deep breath through your mouth. Facing the water. Bubbles. Head back down. Bubbles. Head back down. Bubbles. Head back down. Bubbles. Head back down. Good job. Okay, Bobby. Now that you've done it the hard way, I think you might have noticed I didn't hold you very much the last time. Now you get to try it the easy way with the kickboard. Alright, the way we hold the kickboard is thumbs are on top. Okay, about a third of the way up the kickboard. I don't want to see this. Alright, and I don't want to see this. Alright, it's like this when you hold the board. Okay, we're going to be from starting position again, which is here. Okay, the kickboard out in front of us, alright? And then your hand will come up here. Alright, and you put your face down. Now we're using the kickboard. The kickboard is just meant to be support. It's not meant to be your life preserver. Okay? So you just want it to be your guide. So when you put your face in the water, you do want your ears in all the way, okay? You don't want to push down on the kickboard at all when you go to breathe. You just want to lift your head up, okay? Just like you were doing when you were holding on to me, all right? So we're going to do again from the starting position at the wall. One hand on the wall, one hand on the kickboard. Keep your feet up on the wall. You're nice and close to the water. Remember, we're going to breathe in through your mouth. Okay, ready? Deep breath. Face in the water. Kick, 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 kick. Bubble. Breathe. Head back down. Bubble. Breathe. Head back down. Head back down. Bubble. Breathe. Head back down. Bubble. Ready to breathe. Okay, Bobby. We're going to go ahead and play a game of torpedo catch. This is the torpedo. It stays underwater when we play with it. It never goes on top of the water. That's a bad idea. Okay, underwater, it's a nice gentle push underwater, and it'll glide just like you do. Alright? So when we throw it, we blow. Okay? Blow and throw. Alright? Then when you catch it, you blow bubbles too. Alright? So the same thing, remember how we breathe? In through our mouth, and then we blow bubbles, and then we come up when we breathe. Okay? Same thing we've been doing the whole morning. Okay? Here we go.
It may take fearful and less coordinated learners up to about 5 lessons to master breath control. Be patient and persistent. Once breath control is mastered, learning other swimming skills are easier. When you are ready, proceed to lesson 2. In lesson 2, learners continue to practice the skills practiced and learned in lesson 1. Supine, horizontal on the back, position skills are introduced and practiced. Although floating and swimming on the back are uncomfortable for some learners initially, it is important to practice and master these skills. Floating and swimming on the back are also important survival skills. If a swimmer is too tired to swim, ill, or injured, recovering on the back is easier. Breathing is easier when the body is relaxed and the face is out of the water.
Hi, come on over. I'd like you to sit down right here on the wall. If you're ready for swim lessons, got your shower, you're good to go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and practice just a little bit on the wall. because we're obviously gonna float on our back. And here's the position that you want your arms, a little bit up high, okay? And your belly button gets nice and fat, and your head goes back, okay? And then we scoot down to shoulder depth, put our head back, and lay back. Alright? Are you ready to try? Now when you try, I'm going to help you, okay? I'm going to be holding on to you underneath, alright? Now this time turn around. Good, now put your arms out. Heads back. Put your head on my shoulder and scoot down. There you go, belly button up. Just stay right there. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, so you're nice and relaxed. Stay relaxed. I'm going to go ahead and extend behind you. So now I'm right behind you. You still feel me? And put your head back a little bit more. Good job. Keep your toes under the water. Relax your arms. Bring out a little bit more. Very nice. Now I have one hand under your head, one hand under your back. You just go one hand under. Now I've got one hand on your back. You're almost doing it by yourself. You think you're ready to go by yourself? Here we go. Very good. Turn over. Just put your chin on your chest. There you go. And stand up. Bend over. There you go. Keep down. Keep down. You see, now we're going to go ahead. Now that you've got your back float down, we're going to try the back glide. So what we want to do is turn and face the wall. Okay? And you'll be putting your head back again. Now what you need to know is you want to push off the wall gently, okay? And you're going to pull your arms next to your side, and you're just going to glide. It looks like this. I'll show you first, okay? If some water goes over your face, it's okay. Just blow out your nose, okay? It won't hurt you. You're not going to melt. Okay? So it goes like this. Head back. Ready to give it a try? Alright. Both hands on the wall. Head back. Alright. And I'm going to be holding you a little bit. Go ahead. Push off the wall. Stand. Good. Okay, deep breath. Bend at your waist. Put your chin on your chest. Bend at your waist. And feet underneath. There you go. Good job. Okay, so remember when we flutter kick? Okay, you want to make sure that you only bring your big toe out of the water, don't bring your whole foot out of the water, okay? Keep it nice and gentle and relaxed, okay? Nice, gentle, relaxed flutter kick. Most that comes out of the water is the big toe, okay? All right, you ready? And go. Kick, 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 kick. Breath, head back. Kick, 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 kick. Nice flutter kick. Good job. Good. Deep breath. Chin on your chest. And bring your legs under. You want to bend from your waist. Alright. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing on our back using the kickboard. Okay. So it really won't have a glide to it, but you're going to be using your kick a lot more. Okay, so don't be afraid to use your kick now. See how I'm holding the kickboard like this? Alright, we're not going to hug it like that. We're just going to hold it gently and lightly. Okay, and let it support us a little bit. Okay? You want to squeeze it tight against your tummy. Okay, so we're at starting position again. You got your fingers on the kickboard and on the wall. Okay, take a deep breath, put your head back in the water. Squeeze it tight to your tummy, there you go, and kick. Kick, 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 kick. Good. I like seeing that water bubble underneath. A little bit of boiling water. Good job. Kick, 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 kick. Good toes. Perfect. Good, great. All right, deep breath. Okay, so this time I'm still going to use the board. When you get close to the wall, I'm going to be saying take a deep breath, let go of the board, and then you're going to roll over facing the wall. Okay? And reach for the wall. Okay, you ready? Here we go again. Holding the wall, starting position. Good job. Head back, deep breath. And go. squeeze that board tight to your body. Good. Kick, 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 kick all the way across. Nice strong flutter kick. Good job. Kick, 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 kick. You don't even need me. You're doing great. Awesome. Doing terrific. Keep kicking, keep kicking, keep kicking. Deep breath, let go of the kickboard, and roll over. Good job. Grab the wall. Perfect. How'd that feel?
When stopping the swimming motion in the supine position, especially in the pool near the wall, roll over on the front and grab the wall or stand up. By doing this, you prevent hitting the wall with your head and practicing a rolling motion in the horizontal position from back to front. When you are ready, proceed to lesson 3. In Lesson 3, learners continue to practice the skills learned in Lessons 1 and 2. Front float and propulsion skills on the back and front, finning and front crawl, are introduced and practiced. Learners practice jumping in the water from a sitting position. These are called little jumps. Leveling off and swimming to safety. The front float emphasizes the most efficient prone position, the primary skill used when survival floating and relaxing on the front with the face in the water. The front crawl is commonly considered the fastest stroke in swimming, which is why competitive swimmers use this stroke in freestyle races. Oftentimes, people refer to the front crawl as freestyle. When learning the front crawl, some learners may not bring their arms out of the water completely after completing an underwater pull and returning the arms to the forward extended position. This is called the recovery. The primary focus should be on the underwater pull until comfort and coordination are achieved. As soon as learners begin to develop comfortable breathing habits, are comfortable propelling themselves with the face in the water or on the back, you can begin the 3-step process of adjusting to deep water. 1. Level off on the surface and swim to the wall. 2. Submerge in the water, come up and level off and swim to the wall. 3. Jump in the water, come up and level off and swim to the wall.
Ready to get in the pool. This is how we do it from the side of the pool. Take one hand, you put it across your body, and all you're going to do is turn your body around, come down. Good job. Very good. Okay, Bobby, so now that you've got breathing down, we're going to go ahead and add it with Bobby. Ready? Just going to give it a try. Take a deep breath, breathe out, and under. That's right, now blow bubbles. Oh, you don't want to blow the bubbles. Okay, let's try that again. Both hands on the wall. We're going to practice putting our face in the water for 5 seconds. Okay, underwater with your ears underwater and everything. Looking down at the bottom of the pool. Ready? 5 seconds. Here we go. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blow the bubbles. And up. Very good. You ready to try that again? Okay, deep breath. And face in the water for 5. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blow the bubbles. And up. Very good. Okay, starting position. Go ahead and do flutter kick on your front. When I see the bubbles, I'm going to lift up on your elbows. That tells you to lift your back. Okay, you ready? And go. So you're going to go ahead and extend your arms forward and put your face in the water with your ears covered and let your feet float up, okay? When you need to stand, you're going to go ahead and pull your feet up towards your chest, sweep your arms down, and then you'll be able to stand up. Remember, you want to blow bubbles before you decide to stand, okay? So you get that good breath of air. You ready? Just lean forward, face in the water. Lean forward first. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bubbles. Good job. Okay, so this time without support, arms in front. Make sure you lean forward, face in the water first, and then let your legs come up behind you. Okay, ready? And arms forward and nice and wide. Go. Ears in the water. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bubbles. Good job sweeping the arms and pulling the legs up. Scoot down. There you go. Belly button up. Just stay right there. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, so you're nice and relaxed. Stay relaxed. Go ahead and bend behind you. Right there. Bobby, we're ready to learn some pinning. We're going to go over the arms first. Okay, so put your arms at your side, stand up tall. There you go, just like you were lying on your back. We're going to come out about 12 inches and back in. Just 12 inches, not so far out. Back in. Kind of like you're flapping your wings. Okay, in and out. This is called pinning. Can you say pinning? Pinning. There you go. Alright, so here we are on our back again. Starting position, flutter kick with our pinning. Over the arms. Okay, ready? Turn around. Head back, ears in the water. Hold on your back first. And if you're feeling good, I'm going to go to your head. Okay, ready? And go. Push off. And fly. Good. Okay, move into your head. Very nice. Breathing. Pull there. Deep breath. All over. Okay, Bobby, both feet on the ground. We're going to go ahead and learn about our arms for front crawl now. Okay, we're going to start with the hands. I want your hands nice and relaxed. The fingers don't need to be all the way together, and they certainly don't want to be wide apart. They just want to be relaxed, slightly touching, okay? So we start with our hand in front of our shoulder, directly in front of our shoulder. Our elbow is high, okay? And we place the hand in the water and extend it forward, forward in front of the shoulder. Bend the elbow, pull it, sweep it down, past your hip. Okay, elbow bends to come out, and then bring the arm out to the side, and we're back in front of the shoulder again. Put the arm back in the water, extend it forward, and sweep it, bend the elbow, sweep it past the body, close to the body, elbow bent, recover out to the side, and back in front of the shoulder again. Okay, this time we're going to try it with the other arm. Okay, so nice relaxed fingers. Okay, so we're going with our left arm. Good. Yes. Okay, hands are relaxed. Okay, in front of your shoulder, place it into the water, extend it forward, bend the elbow and sweep it down under your body, keeping it close to the body, past the hip, all the way extended. Bend the elbow, sweep the, and bring the arm out on recovery out to the side. Back in front of your shoulder. Okay? It's ready to go. Let's go ahead and try it with 2 arms. In front, bend the elbow, bring it into your body, sweep it past your hip. Make sure your arms are finishing out wide. Good. Okay, I don't want to see any hands up by the armpits. Keep them out to the side. Your head down and straight. We don't need to move our head around. We just need to move our shoulders. Good. Make sure you put the tips in and extend them out. Fingertips in. Okay, remember what it feels like to do a front flip? Okay, where we lean forward, you put your face in the water and you hold it there for 5 seconds. You're gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna move your arms forward for you so that you can see what it feels like, and then you'll have a chance to try it for yourself. Okay, you ready? Okay, deep breath, and face in the water, let the feet float up. Good. Flutter kick with the arms. You can do about 5 strokes with your arms. Okay, then blow the bubbles, then stand up. I do not want you to move your head. Keep your head nice and straight, looking down. Ears should be covered in the water. Okay? Alright, so we're going to go from starting position. Good. Ready? And go. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bubbles. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bubbles. Stand up. We're gonna learn leveling off now. Alright, so in order to do that, we're gonna lean forward and put our face in the water. That's gonna help your feet float up. You wanna give them a little bit of a kick. That's gonna help you get moving. And then you wanna add your arms in that we just learned how to do. Okay? You ready to give it a try? Okay, lean forward, face in the water, deep breath. Good. Kick, kick, kick. Good job. Okay, you're going to do leveling off by yourself now. So you take a deep breath, lean forward and put your face in the water. Kick your feet to get yourself moving a little bit. And I want you to add your arms in and pull to the side of the pool. You ready? Alright. Ready, lean forward, deep breath. Good. Oh, you're swimming now. Look at that. This time you're going to do it from under the water. So it'll be like if you jumped in the side of the pool, okay? So you're going to go underwater. Nope, don't do it yet. Okay. You're going to push your arms down. That's going to bring you up to the surface. And as you're coming up, blow some bubbles so that when you get to the top, you're ready to take a breath. And then the same thing. Lean forward, put your face flat in the water, kick your feet, and use your arms to pull yourself to the side of the pool. Okay, you ready? All right, deep breath, underwater. Go. right now, Bobby, we're going to go ahead and do little jumps. Little jumps are when you sit on the wall and jump in the water from a sitting position. You want to make sure you jump away from the wall, okay? When you go underwater again, you're going to sweep down with your hands, blow the bubbles on the way up, okay? Get your breath of air, all right? Then you want to make sure you're facing the wall. If you're not facing the wall, turn around. If you are facing the wall, great, you're ready to go. Lean forward, put your face down, kick, and pull the wall using your front crawl, okay? You ready? Jump off the side, sitting position. Go. Down. Good job.
Swimmers who are more comfortable on the back should practice leveling off on the back first. See Lesson 4 for leveling off on the back. When practicing jumping into the water, some learners, especially preschool age learners, may require assistance to come up to the surface initially. This is very common, so provide assistance as necessary. When practicing breath holding, do not hyperventilate. That's before taking a breath. You want to relax. Take a breath and hold it. Do not have breath holding contests. Repeated extended breath holding can also be dangerous. These bad habits may cause a swimmer to black out while underwater. When you are ready, proceed to Lesson 4. In Lesson 4, learners continue to practice the skills practiced and learned in Lessons 1, 2, and 3. Bobbing to safety, front crawl and breathing, front crawl and rolling onto the back and floating, and leveling off on the back are introduced and practiced. Bobbing is an important safety skill because if a swimmer is too tired to swim, injured or ill, and it prevents conventional swimming, bobbing to safety is an option. Swimming on the front, then rolling onto the back, and floating is another important safety skill. If a swimmer becomes exhausted, ill, or injured, he or she can roll over on the back and rest and recover. In addition, this skill is the first of a 4-step process to learning rotary breathing. This skill allows learners to practice rolling the body without lifting the head. The 4 steps to learning rotary breathing are designed to teach this skill without introducing bad habits that have to be broken later. The steps are: 1. Float flips, rolling from front float to back float to front float. 2. Swim on the front, roll on the back, and swim on the back to catch breaths using finning, then roll on the front and continue swimming. 3. Swim on the front, roll on the back and take 1 breath, then roll on the front and continue swimming. 4. Swim on the front, roll halfway towards the back, keep the arms moving, and take 1 breath, then roll on the front and continue swimming. You will learn and practice steps 1 and 2 in this lesson.
Hold on, take it 1 step at a time. You might want to make sure you have both feet on the step and keep it down again. Not the stairs that you're sitting. There you go. Perfect. Thinking now we're going to get out of the pool. Go ahead and put 1 elbow up, other elbow up. Push your belly button on the side of the pool. Good. 1 knee up. Go ahead and lift yourself up. And sit down. Perfect. Yes. Get into the pool. This is how we do it from the side of the pool. You take 1 hand, you put it across your body. And all you're going to do is turn your body around. Come down into the pool. Good job. Very good. I want you to stay close under to where you're comfortable. Bubbles. Come up and breathe. And go under again. Bubbles. Breathe. Bubbles. Breathe. Go under. Hold. Bubbles. Breathe. Okay, Bobby, we're going to go ahead and learn bobbing to safety. Basically use the bottom of the pool. If you ever got in a situation where for some reason you didn't feel like swimming, you were too tired, you got a cramp, okay, you can use the bottom of the water, the bottom of the pool to get to safety. So you'll go ahead and put your arms slightly forward in front of you, extended, okay? And you're gonna bounce off the bottom of the pool when your mouth and nose clear the water. Take a breath, you go right back down. No shaking your head, no wiping your face, okay? And I want you to go ahead and give that a try all the way out. Ready? Up and down. There you go. Submerge all the way. There you go. Sweep the arms. Good. Sweep the arms. Breathe. And make sure you lift bubbles. Good. Bubbles. Breathe. Bubbles. Breathe. Okay, so this would be where you would maybe be in over your head. You're going to bob yourself in the shallow water for a second. Okay, you ready? And go. All the way down. Both hands on the wall. We're going to practice putting our face in the water for 5 seconds. Okay, underwater with your ears underwater and everything. Looking down at the bottom of the pool. Ready? 5 seconds. Here we go. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blow the bubbles. And up. Very good. Ready to try that again? Okay, deep breath. And face in the water for 5. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blow the bubbles. And up. Very good. Arms forward and nice and wide. Go. Ears to the water. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bubbles. Good job sweeping the arms and pull the legs up. Go. Bubbles. Good. Good bubbles. Keep looking good. Nice and hot. Good. Great. Bobby, we're going to go ahead and learn a drill today. The purpose of this drill is so that we can learn to roll from front to back without lifting our head. That will make, when we go to learn rotary breathing, that's going to make that a lot easier for you to learn. Alright, so first we're going to go ahead and go into our front float. Alright, and then we're going to move this arm across the body, and that's going to roll you onto your back. Make sure that you keep your head in the water at all times. Ears covered and just relax. Okay? So we're going to start with our front float. Alright, and you're going to pull your arm forward. Make sure you blow bubbles before you want to roll over. Okay? Pull your arm across the body. Ready? Front flip. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bubbles. Across the body. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bubbles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay, Bobby, this time, that was great the last time where we lifted you up. This time you're going to go ahead and you're going to roll over onto your back. So we're going to do 4 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Arm across the body and roll over. It looks like this. You watch it. Across the body and I roll over. And now I come in, breathe. Okay, and then I roll right back over the same way I came from. And I keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. The big thing is to make sure that if you roll this way, roll back this way. Okay, you don't want to start spinning around. Okay, you ready? Let's give it a try. Starting position. And deep breath. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over. Breathe. In. Good. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Over. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. Take it back over. Back across the other way. You did a great job coming across. Make sure you blow bubbles before you roll over. Okay? Ready? 4 strokes. Roll over. In. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll over. Good. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blow bubbles. Breathe. Good. 1, 2, 3. You're at the wall. Good job. Alright, so here we go on our back again. Go to position, flutter kick with our fitting. Up back, in the water. Hold our back foot. And if you're feeling good, then we're good to your back. Ready? And go. Push off. And time. Good. Move to your head. Very nice. Breathing, relax. Promise to all. Deep breath. And roll. Okay, we're going to be leveling off onto our back now. So what I want you to do is turn and face this wall over here. You're going to lean back. Don't do it yet. You're going to lean back, pick up your feet, push your belly button up toward the sky. Okay, and that's going to level you right off. Keep clicking into the wall. You ready? Yep. Good. Okay, deep breath and roll. Good job. This time, we're going to go ahead and go underwater. When you come up, pushing your arms down and come up, blowing bubbles, so that when you come up, you're ready for your breath of air. Then I want you to immediately lean back, push your chin up, your ears back in the water, press your belly up, and start kicking your feet. Okay, that's going to level you off on top of the water on your back. Okay, you ready? Go under. Shoulders down, bubbles, and back. Ears in the water. Deep breath and roll over. Good job. I like the way you're still using that rollover at the wall. Okay, we're going to do a little jump and I'm going to be helping you out. So remember, we do a little jump from the seated position. We want to jump out away from the wall. When you go underwater, make sure you sweep down your arms. Okay, and I'll be there to help you out a little bit. When you come up and you're blowing bubbles, okay, you'll come up, you get some air. Lay your ears back into the water. Make sure you're laying back. Start kicking your feet. And we're going to take you right to the wall. Okay? You ready to give it a try? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Jump out. Back, back, back.
Leveling off on the back is just as effective and easier for some people as leveling off on the front. The objective is to move the body to a horizontal position and swim. When you are ready, proceed to lesson 5. In lesson 5, learners continue to practice the skills practiced and learned in lessons 1, 2, 3, and 4. However, as the learner becomes stronger and more comfortable, increase the distance of the skills practiced. Big jumps, that's jumping in the water from a standing position, and breaststroke kick are introduced and practiced. Learners coordinate a powerful simultaneous leg motion, allowing the body to move a longer distance with less effort. The breaststroke kick is used with 2 resting strokes, the elementary backstroke and breaststroke. In addition, the breaststroke kick is one of the 3 kicks used to tread water. That's remaining in one area in a vertical position with the head above the water in deep water. When swimming elementary backstroke and breaststroke, swimmers kick with power and glide. During the glide, swimmers can rest and recover.
jumps, okay? So a big jump is just a jump that we do from standing position. That's why it's called a big jump, all right? We're not going to be jumping. What we're going to work on is we want to make sure that our toes are curled over the edge. Anytime you jump from the side of a pool, make sure your toes are on the edge, okay? That's going to keep you from slipping and falling, all right? All right, so since we're not trying to make a big splash or anything, we're going to go ahead and put our arms at the side, and when you jump in, it's just a small hop into the water. You're going to go down, all right? You're probably going to sink pretty quick. In order to stop yourself from keeping it going down, you're going to go ahead and do a big sweep with your arms to pull yourself back up, okay? As you're sweeping with your arms to come back up to the surface of the water, just like when we did the little jumps, you're going to blow bubbles out your mouth and your nose. When you get up to the top, take a quick breath and look for the ladder, all right? Put your face back in the water, lean forward, and do your flutter kick, and your arms pulling all the way to the ladder, swimming to the ladder, okay? This is called a level up. You ready to give it a try? Any questions? No? All right, here we go. This is the ladder. Here you go. Facing the water. Good. Good job. Good job.
Do one enough off.
Okay, Bobby, we're going to do breaststroke kick. So we want to extend our legs. All right? I just want you to do something. Point your toes. Now I want you to flex your toes. Point and flex. Okay, I just want to let you know that when we're pointed, this is the end of it's going to be where we hold our feet for a few seconds. All right? When we start this kick, we're going to go ahead with flex foot. Pull your knees up, drop your ankles down, bring them around, together, now pull your feet, hold it, 1, 2, 3, ready, pull your knees up, drop your ankles down, around, flex your feet, hold, 1, 2, 3, remember, flex your feet, pull your knees up, drop your ankles down, around, hold, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you're doing breaststroke kick with the kickboard. Remember, up, out, together, glide with your legs. Now hold on the middle of your back. When I feel like you're good, I'll go ahead and move my hand to your head. And if you're doing really well, I'll let go all together. All right. Good job with your ears in the water. Head back, chin up. Here we go. Go. Up, out, together. Up, out, together. Up, out, together. All the way. Deep breath. And roll it. Ready? Ears back. Water. Put it just on the ball. Ears back in the water. Chin up. Ready? Go. Up, out, together. Up, out, together. Up, out, together. Up, out, together, deep breath, and lower. Bubbles. Good job. Your legs out, together, up, out, together, where you bend your knees up, with your chest up, together. So now we're going to do our breaststroke kick with our face in the water. Okay, and there's a little bit of timing on it. Anytime your face is in the water, I want you to do a kick. Okay? When your kick is finished, blow the bubbles, take a breath, put your face back down, and then do a kick. Okay? Ready? Now look behind you. Ready? And face in the water. Together. Hold. Bubbles, breathe. Face back down. Kick. Bubbles. Breathe. Face back down. Kick. Bubbles. Breathe. Face back down. Bubbles. Breathe. Face back down. Kick. You really want to work those legs. Bubbles. Breathe. Face back down. Snap the legs. Snap them. Snap them. Bubbles. Breathe. Face back down. Kick. Snap. There you go. Bubbles. Breathe. Face back down. Kick. Snap them together. All right, we're doing breaststroke kick on your front. All right, so you're gonna go blow the bubbles. Breathe. Head back down. Kick. Glide. Okay. Blow the bubbles. Breathe. Head right back down. Kick and glide. Here we go. Starting position and go. Bubbles. Breathe. Head back down. Kick. Glide. Bubbles. Breathe. Kick. Glide. All out. Ready? Breaststroke kick. All right, deep breath. Head down. Go. Kick. Bubbles. Breathe. Head down.
Avoid the common mistakes when practicing breaststroke kick. Do not exert power kicking out and wide. Exert power when squeezing the legs together. When starting the kick, bend just slightly at the waist. Bending too much or not enough will not allow swimmers to maximize the power of the kick. Extend the body at the end of the kick motion. Do not break the surface with the feet. Keep the feet slightly underwater. Keep the ankles flexed during the kick motion. Point the toes during the glide. When you are ready, proceed to lesson 6. In lesson 6, learners continue to practice the skills practiced and learned in lessons 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Step 3 and Step 4 to rotary breathing and survival floating are introduced and practiced. Survival floating is a way to remain buoyant in deep water for several minutes or even hours with little effort.
Good job.
You want to double up on the back.
Starting position, make sure your feet are on the wall, hands on the wall. And when you flutter feet go in the front, go through our drills. Alright? Facing the water when you need to breathe. Lift your head, take a breath, put it back down. Make sure you blow bubbles before you breathe. Okay, ready? go ahead, I'm going to take it down to one breath. Instead of rolling on your back and being there as long as you want to be, now we're just going to breathe one breath and roll back over. Only one breath, okay? So make sure you blow bubbles, roll over, breathe, roll back over, face right back down, okay? Ears in the water. Ready to give it a try? Okay, 4 strokes. Ready, deep breath, and go. 2, 3, 4, bubbles. 1, 2, 3, 4, bubbles. 1, 2, 3, 4, bubbles. Okay, what I want you to do though when you do starting position, alright, this has to do with just good swimming habits. Make sure that you push off and that you're in front glide first, okay, before you start your strokes. Alright, you ready? From the walk. 4 strokes, same thing. 1 breath. Okay, deep breath. And go. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll over. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bubbles. Breathe. Good. 1, 2, 3. Good. Very nice. So Bobby, you're well on your way to get front crawl. Right? So now we're going to just take it halfway and breathe on our side. Before we were taking it all the way onto our back and breathing once. And now instead of going all the way onto our back, we're only going to go to the side and breathe once. Okay? So it's a pull and breathe. The big thing that's going to help you with this is keeping your ear in the water. Okay? Keep the face nice and flat looking down. Ear in the water. Don't let the head come up at all. Okay, you're just got to stay in the water. Ready to give it a try? Alright, here we go. Starting position. You did a great job of getting back. 4 strokes. And then halfway. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Yeah, turn on around. You're ready to take it back? Very good. Starting position. Deep breath. And go. Pull and breathe. Good. Bubbles. Breathe. You're just going to do after jellyfish flip. Let's see a jellyfish flip. Head down. Arms down. Legs down. Just flip. Good job with your jellyfish flip. Bubbles. And breathe. Now. Good job. Water again, we're going to be learning survival float. We've done a bunch of other floats, jellyfish float, front float. Survival float is a float that we use if we're in a situation where we're going to have to we can't swim to where we want to get to, or we're waiting for a rescue, maybe we had an accident in the water, okay? So you might have to do it for a long time, maybe an hour, maybe more, okay? So it's a way to get ourselves to relax and to settle down in the water. And all we do is we extend our arms straight, pretty much, kind of relaxed, okay? We extend our legs relaxed, okay? We put forward, and we hold our breath, all right? And again, before we need to breathe, what would we do? We blow bubbles, okay, and then we breathe. The big thing in survival floating is we don't use a lot of energy to breathe. We push down with our hands, push down and away, and we give a light kick with our feet, maybe a little bit of a kick, okay, and that helps our head come up. And you just need to clear your mouth and your nose just a little bit, and grab that breath of air and put your head right back down. So you're going to be keeping, okay, here we go. Are you ready to try? down, breathe. Bubbles. Good, breathe. You can use a little bit of a kick if you need to. Bubbles, breathe. Good. See if you can make your head come out of the water without having to lift as much. Bubbles. Good job. We're going to go ahead and play a game of torpedo catch. But this time when we do it, we're going to be practicing our survival float action. Okay? So I really want you to kind of stay in your survival float mode. Alright? You're going to catch the torpedo underwater. And then before you throw it, you can go ahead and take a breath and back down. Okay? Ready? Go.
By now, you should have settled into a consistent routine. Learners are well on their way to swimming well. When you are ready, proceed to Lesson 7. In Lesson 7, learners continue to practice the skills practiced and learned in Lessons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Front crawl with rotary breathing, Step 4. Elementary backstroke and treading water are introduced and practiced. When rotary breathing is used, the front crawl is a smooth and efficient swimming stroke. 2 survival skills, treading water and elementary backstroke, help people maintain buoyancy or swim with little effort. Treading water requires more effort than survival floating because the head remains above the surface. Elementary backstroke is a good stroke to swim when swimmers need to survive and rest and recover because of exhaustion, injury, or illness.
now we're going to go ahead and add breathing in, all right? And I'm going to help you with your rhythm, okay? So we're going to go with that front foot again. Ready? Pull and breathe. Breathe. Good. Face back down. Bubbles. Pull and breathe. 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 Good. So we're going to go ahead and do your front walk. Want to make sure you do your front glide as you push off the wall from starting position. Don't forget, strong foot. Ready, and go. Front glide. Now front crawl. Good. Bubbles. Breathe. Bubbles. Pull and breathe. Okay, today we're going to go ahead and use our breaststroke kick with a stroke called elementary backstroke, okay? So first we're going to learn the arms for elementary backstroke. Put your arms down at your side, all right? Your fingertips are going to come up, and then your hands are going to come out. They're going to come together, back at our side, and glide. 1, 2, 3. So it goes up, out, together, glide. Up, out, together, glide. Up, out, together, glide. Now if we were to add that in with our breaststroke leg, let's see if we can do it with one leg. Okay, go up. Make sure you got that ankle. Out, together, glide. Up, out, together, glide. Good. Up, out, together, glide. 1, 2, 3. Head back, ears in the water. There you go. Now, up, out, together. Very nice. Deep breath. Roll over. Deep breath. Roll over. At this side, ready, and go. Go down the backstroke. Up, out, together. Glide. Good. Up, out, together. Glide. Deep breath. And roll over. Roll. Breathe. Alright, we're learning treading water today. I want you to put your hands in front of you, shoulder width apart. Okay, that's as close as they're going to really come to each other. We're going to go ahead and keep our hands under the water, right? Just toward the surface, but under the water. You're going to push the arms out and down, and then you're going to bring them back and up. And you're turning the wrist as you do this. So out and down, turn the wrist back and up. Out and down, turn the wrist back and up. Okay, nice and gentle. Now let's go a little bit faster, out and down, back and up. I think you've got the hands down. Bobby, we're in the deep water because we were working on our legs for treading water now. We've got 2 kicks we can do. We're going to use the noodle, and you're going to put it underneath your armpits. The 2 kicks that you can use are basically your breaststroke. You use your breaststroke kick, which you already know. But you're not going to bring your legs all the way together. You're going to keep them kind of wide. Or you can do alternating, one leg breaststroke and then the other leg breaststroke kick. And that's called a rotary kick, okay?
Now,
Keep yourself, you're going to keep your legs wide like you're sitting on a horse, okay? So I want you to think like you got a horse underneath you, all right? So the point of treading water is that we want to stay in the water vertical and still be able to breathe. All right, you ready to go? Here we go. Right under your armpits. Good. Give me some breaststroke kick, nice and wide. Just don't bring your knees together, that's it. You think you can do the alternating one? One leg and the other. Good. Now, do you remember what you learned with the arms?
Yeah.
Okay, keep the legs going. Sweep them down and out, bring them back in. Okay, now try to change it to your breaststroke. Good. Think you're ready to get rid of the mule?
Yes.
Okay. Woo! You look pretty confident. And just relax.
By now you have learned the skills necessary to swim with confidence. Continued practice is recommended. When you are ready, proceed to Lesson 8. In Lesson 8, learners continue to practice the skills practiced and learned in Lessons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. By continuing to practice the routine established in these lessons, swimmers will gain strength and a greater level of comfort in the water.
Good job. You ready?
I hope you benefit from this video and book as much as I have in presenting the material. Learning to swim well makes it possible for people to benefit from regular exercise and feeling safe in and around the water. Share your knowledge with others and help me save lives, one person at a time.